Okay, so we can start it now. I think so. All of you can. So in today's session, we are going to speak about VPC. Okay, so the last concept of AWS from our DevOps point of view. Anyone heard about AWS VPC? Like why? What is the purpose of using VPC and why we need to work on it? Any idea about it, guys? Huh? Creating the network. Why we need to create network? Why, sir? For communication, right? Last, sir. I mean, like it's not the course last day, okay? AWS last day. Still, we have Terraform to discuss, okay? Today I'll tell this one, and tomorrow I'll tell one like basic project, minor project for you. Okay. So AWS, first of all, what is the meaning of AWS VPC? What is the meaning of VPC? Is virtual private cloud. Which one? Concept is going to be interesting, and we can finish it within 1 hour. Okay. I'll try to leave 10 to 15 minutes before today. Why? Because in 10 to 15 minutes we cannot cover anything. I'll leave you before. Don't worry. So VPC stand for virtual private cloud. What is the meaning of VPC? Virtual private cloud. Forget about VPC. You know VPN? Why we use VPN, sir? Huh? Why, sir? I don't know. Oh, why do you use VPN? I mean, like in general, I'm asking, like, why we need to use VPN, sir? Okay, build a proxy network. Fine. Someone said like we need to connect to foreign servers. Why foreign servers, sir? India also we have servers or not, sir? What is the purpose of VPN? If you tell me the point of VPN purpose, we can proceed with VPC. Why? Because both are interlinked. Huh? I'll ask one by one. What is the main purpose? Okay. So proxy network you want. Okay, fine. And why use VPN? You never use, huh? Okay. Security. Okay, I got one point. I think she's Googling. You tell me now. Why win is VPN? Huh? You don't know. Sure. Don't you have mobiles? Then. Huh? No, no, no. I'm asking like, have you ever used VPN? If not, okay, forget about it. Next, internet, internet purpose VPN. Okay. Next, no. Next, you. Uh, Other regions, sir. What kind? Like any examples? Few. Unauthorized. Okay, fine. Still, IP address. I'm asking. See, I'll tell you. The best example is forgot about all of this. You know PUBG? How many of you played PUBG here? Raise your hands. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. See, PUBG is banned on India, right? Indian government has banned the PUBG application. But still, if you want to play PUBG, in India, PUBG is not available. But in foreign countries, it is available. That means if you want to use a specific application or specific website or specific web app, so definitely, if it is not working on India, we need to connect from some foreign networks. Or you need to go to foreign and you need to play PUBG there. Now will you go to foreign and play PUBG there, or like you will stay here and connect to foreign network? Stay here and of course if you are very rich you can go by flight. Yeah? You can play PUBG there and again you can return back to home. Okay, but we are not that much rich, right? For that purpose, you download a VPN, virtual private network. Virtual means it's not visible. You will imagine that is existed. Private means it is restricted to some people. Network means it's a like type of what we can call this. It's a type of connection which is going to limit for only private people. That too in virtual format. Which format? It's in the LAN here. It's a network, right? It's a physical network. You can see it, you can touch it, and you can access it. But if you talk about Wi-Fi, are you seeing the Wi-Fi here? No, right? Directly I can connect. But even though I'm getting internet or not, that's the difference between physical and virtual. Okay. So when it comes to the concept of virtual private network, so definitely for some reasons we need to access the other networks. Why? Because if a specific application or specific website or specific thing is not accessible from our network, definitely we are going to use a virtual private network. Same concept here I'm implementing on the cloud only also. Currently we are creating a server, right? In this server, what will be having? What will be having? Application, right? In server, we host the application. Let's consider the scenario like this. I'll draw a pane for you. So, for example, have you ever gone to like railway stations? In railway station, if you see a group of people can able to access the free Wi-Fi. Anybody can connect to it. Anybody. Why? Because it is free and public network. Anybody can connect. But if it is private network, only the people allow. Only the people I allow, they only can able to connect to the network. Correct or not, sir? Here I am providing the privacy. Why I am providing the privacy? To maintain security. Correct? So these two factors is going to maintain very, very high priority in the real-time aspect. Here also you are having a server, sir. If you are having server means by default we are creating a server in the public like public VPC. That means anybody can access. Simply what we can call as default. Default means AWS will give it by default. That means it doesn't have any privacy, it doesn't have any security as per our requirements. Of course, it has the privacy and security, but not as per our requirements. So in order to maintain my privacy, in order to maintain my network, and in order to maintain my stability of my complete AWS infrastructure, every resource in AWS, I'm going to create on my separate network. Let's take Elastic Load Balancer. If you want to create separately, use your VPC. Easy to. If you want to create it separately, use it on VPC. Whatever the resources you want to provide security, for that one, we are going to use our own VPC. What we're going to use? So let's make the heading about VPC and write only 2 points. I'll tell only 2 points about this one. VPN stand for virtual private network. Okay. And the main purpose of using VPN is to provide privacy, security, and preventing loss of data. Write these 2 points only. The main reason why we are using VPC means privacy, security, and preventing loss of data, right? So if you are not comfortable when we use a public network of cloud service like AWS, in order to use their services, VPC provide an extra layer of security. So they can decide their own network. That means what I'm saying here, we can create our own network based upon our requirements. However you want, whatever you want, wherever you want, you can create your separate network with the help of VPC. Which one? VPC. Is the point clear for all of you now? Fine. So next, when you come to the features of VPC, if you see logically isolated from the virtual network in the AWS cloud and maximum per region, how many VPCs you can create? 5. How many subnets? Per a single account. So write this. Per region, you can create maximum 5 VPCs and 200 subnets in one AWS account. How many VPCs we can create per region? 5. How many subnets? I'll explain subnet. What is the meaning of subnet? So how many elastic IPs we can allocate? Elastic IP. Elastic IP means whenever if you stop and start a server, automatically server is going to change the IP address. I think you know this one, right? If we stop a server and again if you start, IP address will go into. For that purpose, we can like allocate elastic IP. That means the IP address is never going to change. Okay. Once we create the VPC, there is something called a DHCP, Dynamic Host Control Protocol. What is DHCP? And you can be getting NACL, Network Access Control List, and you can get the security group will be automatically created whenever you create a VPC. And we can create a VPC on one region. By default, it will not share it to two regions. By default, it will come with only one region availability. But if we want to share the VPC from one region to another region, we can share it, sir. That is called as VPC peering. What we can call as? Write this point. VPC peering means sharing VPC between two regions. Is it clear now? If you need different CADR block, we can create a new. That means if we create a VPC, so by default, the VPC will get one CADR block. That is called as CIDR. Okay. It is responsible for the IP address of our resource. For example, you get the IP address for server, right? How will you get the IP address with the help of VPC? How will you get, sir, with the help of VPC like that? So now coming to the type of VPCs, basically we have two types. Default, that means all of the classes what we have learned today, by today, okay? Everything we use a default VPC only. We never gone for custom VPC. Default VPC means AWS will provide one VPC. We need to use that one only. Second one is custom VPC. Which one? Custom VPC is nothing but it's a kind of VPC created by AWS account owner. AWS user creating the custom VPC can be decided on the CADR. It has its own security group. That means whatever the VPC you can create, that VPC you can create up to your requirement. And security groups you can define your own. There will be nothing default anymore. Whatever you want, however you want, you can take it. For example, if you bought a new bike, by default, company will give some features. If you want to add any new feature to your bike, can we modify it or not, sir? Here also same thing. Default means AWS will give it. Custom means we can create our own. Okay, like that. So now coming to the VPC architecture, here it is exactly how the architecture is going to work. But before explaining the architecture, how many of you know 3-tier architecture here? I think we discussed in Elastic Load Balance also, right? Tell me, what is the 3-tier architecture? First of all, which server? Web server. Second one. Third one. Is it clear now? How many you are seeing, sir, here? Fine. So now here, what exactly going to happen, This is my web server, which is easy to show the front end part of application. Second one will be, oh, wait. Third one will be DB server. See, let's take our home as the best example of VPC. What is the example I'm taking? Our home, right? Why? Because if I explain on this way, the concept is going to be very, very easy and very, very interesting for you. Sir, here home is nothing but VPC. Home is nothing but inside that home, we have rooms or not, sir? That rooms is what we can call as subnets. Or we can call as VPC is a big network. In that big network, if we have a small part of network, that is called as subnet. That means sub network. Or we can call as, sir, if you see here, for example, it is our house. It is our house. For example, it is a gate actually. It's a door. It's the entrance door for us. It is what, sir? Entrance door. Now, if you observe clearly, what is the main purpose of web server? To show the application, right? If you take your home, for example, first of all, if anybody want to enter into your home, there we have some gate or not, sir? There we have some. So this gate is what we can call as internet gate. Which gate? In our house, we have house gate. But here, which gate we have? Internet gateway. Simply, I am writing IG. IG means internet gateway. Which one? Internet gateway. Okay. What is IGW? Internet. What is the main purpose of internet gateway? Whenever if user, like if one of your friend, like let's take me, if I'm coming to your home, what will you do? You will, of course, you are going to be very rich. So you will hire a watchman there. And you will tell, watchman, he is our faculty, send him in. Definitely, if you say that, what is going to do? He's going to allow me through the gate. Here also, whenever a user try to see the application from the web server, first of all, it will need to get the internet gateway. Internet gateway will allow user to access the web application. Which application? I mean, like front end part of your web application. That means web server. Which one, sir? If there is no internet gateway, from internet traffic won't come. Clear? Sir, of course, I'm your friend. So you will allow me to your hall. Here, what is the example of hall here? Web server. So I'm taking hall as my web server. So definitely you can allow me to the hall. Correct or not, sir? Why? Because it is a courtesy. What you gonna pay money? So after I came to your hall, I just seen your home. Just like user will come to the web server and you can see the application. If you go and see here, if I type here, just take book my show. The moment if it took book my show, I am able to see the data from web server, right? But how I came to here with the help of internet gateway. Which gateway? Without internet gateway, you cannot see the content from the public subnet. Which subnet? And I'll tell you about what is the meaning of public subnet and private subnet. Sir, for if you want to create a server, you need to create a subnet. What you need to create? Subnet. Here, subnets are nothing but our rooms. What is subnet? So here, room is what we can call as subnet. Here, I am writing the descriptions for your clarity. Like I'm comparing what with when. Here, VPC is equal to our house compound. Our house compound. Next here, we have internet gateway, IGW. Okay, internet gateway is nothing but our gate. Next here, web server is nothing but public subnet. Which one? Public subnet, right? And one more thing is there, app server and database server will be private subnet. will be, and here rooms are nothing but our subnets. What is room here? Now let's see like how exactly it is going to work for you. What is our VPC is nothing but compound. First of all, are you seeing the red color here? That is my compound. Inside compound, I have internet gateway. Why? Because I want to go inside my house. Like definitely I need to pass this compound. Next here, web server is public subnet. App server are going to be private subnet. First of all, what is the meaning of subnet? Subnets are nothing but here rooms actually. Which one? Sir, here I am your friend. You will definitely allow me to your hall. Correct or not, sir? If I come to hall, I can definitely able to see what is inside. Right? But even though it doesn't matter how much friend we are having, are you going to allow me to see your bedroom, sir? Anybody can able to allow me? Definitely you can't allow, right? Why? Because bedroom is some private space. Which one? So this is what we can call as private subnet. Private subnet means here users cannot able to enter. User cannot able to. I can see that bedroom, but I cannot able to enter. It's not possible. Okay. So here also what exactly happened, when it comes to this private subnet, okay, user cannot able to access the private subnet. That means application server and database server user cannot able to access. So let's take database is nothing but is storeroom. Which one? For store also you will not allow me. You will allow me till your hall only. But when it comes to your storeroom and bedroom, are you going to allow me, sir? Are you going to allow me or not? Definitely not, sir. Why? Because it is your private area. Which one? Here also what happened in real time? Whenever if a user want to see the application, he need to go to web server. But if user want to book the tickets, he need to go to app server. If you go and see, you are seeing the app server, right? But originally you are not seeing the app server. Application you are seeing from web server only. Application you are seeing from. Now go and see. Here I am on the hall. I am seeing the bedroom. Okay, I am seeing the, from where I am seeing the bedroom. But can I enter? Here also, whenever you are dealing with application server, it is used to use the application. But you can see the application from web server only. You can use it. But for seeing which one you need to use, web server only. So your application and database, I cannot able to access these servers. Okay, I can access only which server? So this is public subnet and this is, sir, to connect with the web server, what you need to have here? Internet gateway. But sir, whenever I want to connect with the app servers or database server, I need to have one more gateway called NAT gateway. Which gateway? So these two are going to be different. Internet gateway and internet gateway is responsible for connecting the public subnets. Which subnets? And NAT gateway is responsible for connecting the private subnets. Is the concept clear now? For internet gateway, which server you can connect? But for private servers, you need to use. And the data is going to transfer like this. If you see the diagram here, you can get the clarity now. See the diagram? Are you seeing NAT gateway? NAT gateway is connecting with which server? Public or private server? Private server. And this NAT gateway is sending the data to the public subnet. And how public subnet is sending the data? With the help of? Same or not, sir? So private subnet is sending data from the NAT gateway. And this NAT gateway is linked up with the web server, right? And this web server is linked up with the, from the internet gateway. User can able to see data or not, sir? This is the concept. Okay, only 4 major components. You know already VPC. What is the meaning of VPC? Virtual private cloud. Meaning is virtual private cloud, right? And why we need to use VPC? Privacy, security, and preventing loss of data. So till now we use default VPC, but from now you are using in custom VPC. How many type of subnets you have? 2. First of all, public subnet. Second one, public subnet means user can able to access, but private subnet means we can't. And for public subnet, we have IP address, but for private subnet, we don't have public IP address. Okay. Sir, if I want to send data from private subnet to public subnet, directly I can't able to access private subnet. But if I want to access, what I need to have? This NAT gateway will send data from private subnet to public subnet. And from public subnet, the data is going to transfer through Internet gateway. From the internet gateway, user can able to get the data to internet, and from the internet, can we able to see data or not, sir? That's it. Okay. First of all, is VPC clear? Subnet clear? Internet gateway, NAT gateway. Final thing, route table. The final thing of VPC component. Which one? Route table main purpose is to store the incoming request and outgoing response. That means simply it is a database of our traffic. Traffic means what? Incoming request, outgoing response. Correct or not, sir? This route table will store the entire history. So, what is the incoming data and what is outgoing data? That's it. Is the concept clear for all of you now? So now here I have given the detailed description. If you want to read, you can read. Or if you don't want to read, just understand this diagram. This diagram is enough actually. Why? Because it doesn't matter how much data I have written here. The only thing is how much you can able to get the data from here itself. Is a diagrammatical explanation and house example clear for all of you? To understand the technical things, you don't need anything. If you have some general knowledge, that will be fine. Directly, if I teach you technical, it's gonna be difficult for you. But when we compare real life, our real life with real time example, then everything gonna be easy. So online, is the architecture clear for all of you? Can you please confirm me once? Online guys. And one more thing, so I'm having some throat pain, is slightly little actually. So I cannot repeat the things multiple times. But if you are having like any doubt or any query, just ask me, okay? Daily I used to repeat concept 3 times, right? So today, like I am having some slight throat pain. So if you're having any doubt, just ask me. I'll try to sort it out. So now go here and try to create a VPC. And here process also I have given, sir. Step by step process I have given here. If you go and see, are seeing the process here. First of all, you need to create VPC. Secondly, you need to create 2 subnets. One public subnet for web server, private subnet for app. It is a default VPC. Have you seen this one? My VPC name is Swiggy. CADR block. CADR block range, whatever you want, you can give 10.0.0.0/16. Okay. Now this VPC is created. That means our compound is done. Inside compound, what you want to construct now? Rooms you want to construct, right? So rooms means here, create subnets. Already this, you will be having some different subnets. Forgot about these subnets. Create subnet. For which VPC I am creating subnet? Swiggy VPC. First of all, I am creating a subnet for Swiggy web subnet. Web SN means web subnet. Availability zone. In which availability zone you want to create? I want to create a US East 1A. Fine. CADR block size. What is the CADR block here? 10.0.0.0/16. This is the VPC CADR block. Now we need to give the subnet CADR. And here values also have given clearly, sir. What are the values you gonna do? Seeing the values here? So these values you can give directly. Create one more subnet for Swiggy VPC. Swiggy app subnet. Done. VPC done. Inside VPC you have the subnets. Now that means you have the compound. Inside the compound you are having walls. Now what you are going to create? If I want to come to this hall, I need to have a internet gateway. And after that, from hall to bedroom, if I want to go, I need to have a. So these two gateways you're gonna create. But before creating these two gateways, first of all, you need to go and create route tables. Route table is nothing but connection. Like for example, see, if you go from bedroom to hall or hall to bedroom, that is incoming request, outgoing response. So these kind of activities are going to store on route table. If you get any request, if you send any response, the traffic is going to store on route table. So create here internet gateway and NAT gateway, then you can go for route tables. Okay. Why? Because if you create internet gateway and NAT gateway, then only you can able to create the route table, or otherwise you cannot able to create them. First of all, create internet gateway. Internet gateway, I'm giving it as Swiggy GW. Now this internet gateway I want attached to the VPC. To which VPC I want attached now? Swiggy VPC. Done. That's it. Now you create the internet gateway. That means you have the gate to enable the user. But if you want to enable the user, first of all, you need to establish the routes. Without routes, traffic will not come. Remember, route table deal with the traffic. Without routes, you cannot deal with the traffic. Create route table. In the route table, click on create route table. This route table I am creating it for Swiggy web route table. Swiggy web RT. Applying for Swiggy VPC. Done now? Sir, you create the route table, but now route table you want like associate for which subnet, web subnet or app subnet? Web subnet, right? So first of all, click on edit routes. In this route, give all traffic. What I'm giving? And I'm giving it for internet gateway, right? Select the internet gateway, you'll get the internet gateway. You create the route table, but that doesn't means you are allowing the traffic. If you want to allow the traffic, click on edit routes, select all traffic, select internet gateway, click on save. That's it. Now, if you go and see the diagram, you have the route table, you have the route table as well as you have the rooms also. Now, if I want to enter, that user want to enter the room, what we need to give know? This subnet. This subnet. That means this room I want attached to my internet gateway or not, sir? That means it is the gate. So for the gate and for the hall, I need to have connection. Without having connection, how can I come, sir? This connection is going to establish with the help of subnet association. Click on edit subnet association. So I need to associate web subnet or app subnet. Why? Because it is internet gateway. If it is NAT gateway, app. That's it. Now what you can do, I create the VPC compound and I create the room subnet and I create the internet gateway. That means gate, and I establish the route table also. That means can I create my web server now? Can I create or not? Try to check it out. Take a duplicate tab. This is the like some other server. So I'm gonna delete this one. So you click on edit now. So VPC, which VPC you want to select now? Swiggy. And you are creating which server? Web server. That means you need to create web subnet. Security group, create a new security group. View all traffic. Instead of SH, I can put directly all traffic. That's it. Now your web server is ready. So I'm gonna run a script to install the Netflix application here. What is gonna install here? Continue now. Who's it? Wait, what happening? Oh, wait. Basically, I give some wrong configuration. Here I need to select a web subnet, but I select app subnet. Why? Because here there is no public IP address. Wait. Small mistake here I have done. Let me create one more server. Hmm. So Swiggy subnet, Amazon Linux 2, T2 micro, and here I'm giving Graham. So go to edit. In the edit, go for Swiggy and subnet. I need to select the web subnet. What I need to select? So public IP address, I forgot to click on enable. Basically, I need to make it enable. Okay. Unfortunately, I missed this step here, but fine. You can select now. For web server, we need to give it as enable. All create now. So now it is going to create my web server. What is going to create? Remember, for web server, always you need to enable the IP address. I missed that step actually. Now it will create. So now try to connect to it. So now here I'm gonna run the Netflix script to deploy the Netflix application. VIM netflix.sh. So go here and try to give GitHub, Raham Sheikh, all setups. Do you have Netflix script or not, sir, here? Copy this one. Open your mobiles, all of you. Try to check whether you are getting Netflix application or not. Here I am creating which server? Web server. What is the purpose of web server? To show the. Just tell me whether you are able to access the application or not with the help of this public IP address. Are you getting the application? Now, what is your task is if you open your mobiles, all of you, so even online, just try to access the application from this URL. Okay, even I'll give the IP address for you. And login.html is not required. Just type public IP address. All of you type the public IP address. Are you getting the application or not, sir? With the help of same IP address or different IP address? Same application or different application? So this is the way how you are going to work with the public subnet. How you are going to work with? So the public subnet main purpose is to host the server publicly. That means publicly user can able to access with the help of IP address. How they can be able to access that? Correct or not, sir? So here I am accessing the IP address and IP address is giving me the application. So with the help of internet gateway, am I able to see the application or not, sir? Without internet gateway, can I able to see? No, I'll be not able to see it. Is the concept clear for all of you know? That's it. So it is the way how you are going to create the web server. Which one? For web server, which gateway you need to use? Internet gateway. And what kind of subnet? Public or private? Public. Public means do we have IP address or not, sir? Yes. Concept clear now? And to get the request to send the response, how traffic is going to maintain with the help of route table. This is the clarity one. Is it clear for all of you now? Online, can you please confirm? Is the concept clear for all of you or not? Fine. Is it clear, boys? ఒకసారే కదా? Fine. That's it, sir. So here, if you go to the diagram, so this part is done. Web server creation, creating route table, attaching it to internet gateway, and seeing the application is done. Now, what is the next server here? App server. So now I want to create the app server. For app server, I need to have which subnet? Public subnet or private subnet? Already I have the private subnet. For private subnet, I need to create which gateway? Create NAT gateway. Swiggy, NAT. Subnet. So you can select any subnet. I am selecting US East 1B as of now. And here click on connectivity. Is it public or private, sir? Private. Okay. So in additional settings, oh, that's fine. Create NAT gateway. Once if you create the NAT gateway, next what you are going to do, you are going to create a route table for NAT gateway also. Here is the same point I mentioned. What I mentioned here. Create a EC2. Wait here. Create a NAT gateway. Attach the NAT gateway for which subnet? But we attach for which subnet? App server, right? Why? Because I'll tell one clear point. Here, if you go and see, in this diagram, I written very clearly. What I written here? This NAT gateway is linking with which subnet? Creating the NAT gateway is different. Linking the NAT gateway is different. Here, NAT gateway is linked with which subnet? Public or private? That is the main reason here. If you go and see, here, for our NAT gateway, here I given the private. But what we need to give, sir? So delete the NAT gateway and try to recreate. Of course, you can modify also, but I'm not modifying. I will delete and I'll recreate. Click on NAT gateway, Swiggy, NAT. Subnet. You can select any subnet, USist 1C. So connectivity public. What I'm giving? Here I'm giving it as elastic IP. Are you seeing allocate elastic IP here? Elastic IP means the IP address is not going to create this one. And after that, here if you go to the route table, for NAT gateway, we need to create one more route table, sir. Create route table. My route table name is Swiggy app route table. For this VPC, I am creating route table. After creating the route table, you need to click on edit routes. Why? Because if you do not edit routes, you cannot see the traffic. Here, which gateway, sir? NAT gateway. What is the NAT gateway here? Are you getting any NAT gateway? No. Why? Because you done some mistake on NAT gateway. What we have done? We have done a mistake on the NAT gateway. Sir, what is the main mistake of NAT gateway? You know, if you go to NAT gateway here, currently, is your NAT gateway running? Which state it is? When it is pending, how can we attach, sir? No, it will take some time. So wait for some time. Currently, it is available. So now go for route table again. Is your route table ready? Swiggy app route table. So click on edit routes. In the edit routes, add route, give all traffic, NAT gateway. Still NAT gateway getting? Are you getting still? No, sir. Why you are not getting, sir? Of course, if you want me to refresh, I'll refresh. See? NAT gateway. Where is your NAT gateway? Sir, why it is not coming? Can you see the steps here? What is the mistake I have done? Just see it very carefully. You can find it out. So from here, you can see. From here. First of all, you go to NAT gateway. In the NAT gateway, what we have done? We have given the name of the NAT gateway. So for which subnet we select? Web means here. Allocate elastic IP also we have given, right? But why it is not working still? Go here and see. Go for NAT gateway. It is your second NAT gateway, right? Click on delete NAT gateway. Again, I'm deleting this one more time. But because here you want to understand something very, very clearly. This connection is going to be very crucial. So click on NAT gateway. So in the NAT gateway, if you see it side by side, first of all, what you are going to give here? Name I want to give. So you can make it side by side. So for the NAT gateway, first of all, we need to give the name. So name I am giving it as Raham. Sorry. Swiggy NAT. After that, what you are going to give for subnet? Which subnet we need to select here? Huh? It is your web subnet, right? But previously, what you select 1A, 1C. You got the logic point? Subnet means generally you can select 1A, 1B, 1C, 1D, sir. But here, if you select 1A, 1B, 1C, 1D, it will not work properly. We need to select the perfect web subnet. Which subnet? But first of all, I select 1C. Next, I select 1D. Both are like wrong or not, sir? That is the reason why your NAT gateway is not reflecting. Go ahead and see. Connectivity, public or private, sir? Public, not private. So, wait. Public, click on Elastic Allocate IP. Create NAT gateway. Now, if you go for route table, your route table will work perfectly now. Create route. Route table name is going to be Swiggy app route table VPC. Create route table. So now click on edit routes, add route, all traffic. Now you can get the NAT gateway, sir. Wait, still is not getting. I think it's still it's on creating mode. Wait, it's taking so much of time today for creating NAT gateway. Currently, it is on still pending status. Okay. Yes. Once you do it now, so the moment once you do it, so completely like your VPC creation is done, you can launch the private subnet. From the private subnet, you can launch private server. From the private server, you can able to connect to the public. Then that's like VPC is done. And mostly from Saturday, I think so you'll be getting holidays. Tomorrow is which day? Sure, huh? Okay, fine. And again, it's not officially confirmed. Okay, I'm just assuming. Might be you can get, or if not, you can get holidays from Sunday. Yeah? Reaching NAT gateway now. Select this NAT gateway. Click on save changes. The moment if you click on save changes, now we need to select the subnet association. NAT gateway is going to attach for public or private, sir? Private. Private means app or web? App. Select now. Click on subnet association. Now what you can do, your private subnet is ready. Now can you launch your private server? Launch. So network edit, click on edit. So now tell me here which kind of subnet I want to select now. Web or app? App subnet. Public IP, enable or disable? Enable or disable? Disable only, correct. Why disable? Private. Okay. Already we discussed. For public, we have IP address. And for private, we don't have public IP address. Okay. Now go for all here. The moment if you go and see now, you will get a new server. You are going to get a, but that new server, you will be not having any kind of public IP address. Why? Because it is which server? Sir, you are telling that it is private server. For private server, definitely we don't have public IP address. Then how to connect to private server without public IP address means I'll tell you. For this private subnet, I mean like for this private server, do you have PEM file or not, sir? With the help of PEM file, we can connect. I'll show you. Here is my PEM file. Let me open this PEM file. And I'll keep it aside as of now. You cannot able to connect. Why? Because you are not having any kind of Even though if you go for SH client, if you create here and if you try to give, it is not going to connect. It is not going to connect. Why? Because there is no public IP address, right? Without public IP address, we cannot able to connect to our server. In that case, what we can do, if you see this diagram, sir, you are on bedroom. If you want to go to outside of your gate, directly you can't go. Directly you can't. For that purpose, from bedroom to hall, can you go, sir? From hall, can you go to out of the compound or not, sir? Here also, we cannot communicate with application server directly. But if I want to communicate with app server, I can log into my web server. That means see, this is the user. User cannot able to see the data on app server. But user can able to log into the web server. From the web server, he can able to see the app server. Okay. So now for that purpose, first of all, I'll go to web server. That means I'll go to the hall. Where I'll go to? Hall means which server here? Web server. So now go to my web server and do exactly what I'm doing. VIM raham.pem. It is my PEM file or not, sir? What is my PEM file here? Raham.pem. In this, you are already having the PEM file. Copy this and paste it now. Right? So now here you have the key. Here you have the key and you have the private IP address of your application server. That means if you understand the concept like this, I'm on the hall. If I want to go to bedroom, I have the gate. But for this gate, I have the lock, sir. I have the key and I have lock both. Can I open the key? From the hall, I can open the key. And with the help of opening that key, I can able to go to the bedroom here. Here also, I'm on web server only currently. Where I'm on? But if I want to log into app server, I have the key here. What I have? And for this key, just to give only 400 permission, only user permission, okay, read permission. Now, if I want to log into application server, copy this SH client of app server. I'll tell the connection. From SH connection, I am using Raham PEM. From SH connection, I am using PEM file. Use it to log into this server with the help of EC2 user. Hit enter. Just to give yes. Currently logged into which server? What is IP address here? 10.0.1.75. But before IP address 10.0.0. That means previous you are on web server, but currently you are on which server? Previously you are on hall, but you got the key. You enter into the bedroom. Concept clear now? This is how VPC is going to work for you. This is how VPC is going to. And even though if you want to get the response from internet, just give ping google.com. Are you getting the response of Google, sir? No. Just to give the command ping your previous server. My previous server IP address is 10.0.0.188. Are you getting my response of my web server? Currently, I'm on app server. Which server? But from app server, I can able to get the response of my web server or not, sir? Why? Because these both are on same network. These both are on. That means here, if you want to explain this, currently I'm on bedroom. Okay. Can I able to call the person who is on the hall? Why? Because both are on same compound or not, sir? Rooms are different, but compound is here also servers are different, but these both servers will be on same network. Which network? That is what we can call as AWS VPC. What is the name of the concept? That's it, sir. This is the concept of VPC. Again, VPC is very difficult concept than compared to all other AWS topics. If you practice 1 or 2 times, then it will be fine for you. Okay. So now if you are having any doubts or any queries in this VPC concept, you can ask me. I'm not gonna take any other additional concept, but because it's difficult. So that means I need to stop here only. If I proceed for one more thing, you'll be getting confused. So now we can go for doubts and queries. Then I'll discuss about this one later. So first of all, offline. Is the concept clear for all of you? Offline, guys. Online, can you please confirm is the concept of AWS VPC clear for all of you or not? Clear. Fine. Okay. So now at last in interview, they are going to ask you a question. I'm going to tell answer for this question now. What is the difference between IPv4 and IPv6? Difference between IPv4 and IP? IPv4 is 32-bit. IPv6 is IPv4 separate by dot, but IPv6 separate by colon. IPv4 will be having only numbers, but IPv6 will be having alphabets and so these are the major differences between IPv4 and IP. Again, IPv4 is 32-bit, IPv6 is 128, and IPv4 separate by dot, IPv6 separate by, and IPv4 is having numbers, and IPv6 is going to having alphabets and numbers together. Concept clear for all of you know? And again, there is one more question that you are going to get. That is the IP address classifications. You will be having 5 major classes: A, B, C, D, E. How many classes you are going to have? Class A, Class B, Class C, Class D, and Class. Class A is going to range from 1 to 126. That means if you get the IP address of 1 to 126, it is going to from Class A. No, sir, you get the IP address of 128 to 191. It is from Class B. No, sir, if the IP address is from 192 to 223, it is from Class. So from Class D, Class E, we don't use on real time. Class A, Class B, Class C only. Mostly. For Class D, what is the range? 244 to, 224 to 239. Basically, we use for it for multicasting, and Class E is for experimental, 240 to 254. That is the last range actually. So it start from 0, end with 254. Again, 1 to 127, 1 to 126. Which class? And for Class B, 28 to 91. Class C, 92 to 23. Class D, 24 to 39. Class E, 40 to 54. Is the concept clear for all of you know? So that's it, sir. And in interview, they can ask you one more question. Basically, you can see any range, but you cannot see 127 series. Have you seen 127 anywhere in the between? 127 is for local host. That means if our server want to communicate with itself, it need to use the 127 series. Which one? For example, if you want to speak with yourself, what you need to have? Mirror you need to have. Correct or not, sir? Here also sometimes server need to communicate with itself. In that case, the range is going to be 127, 0, 0, 0 to 127, 255, 255, 255. So it is used for loop back testing. Which one? So in real time, you cannot see the IP address which is having the range of 127. That's it. It is the concept of VPC, sir. So yes, they said no. So I cannot able to speak more than this because I'm already having the throat pain today. So, and even like if I try to take the class, it's gonna be difficult for you to understand. Okay, so I'm ending the class today for now itself. And tomorrow I'll start Terraform for you. And you ask PV and PVC concept, right? Definitely I'll tell you. But tomorrow, day after tomorrow, I'll teach Terraform. So after that, Terraform will take 4 to like at least it will take 6 days total. How many days? And then finally, I'll teach one day Kubernetes additional concept for you. Like whatever you ask PV and PVC, right? I'll teach that one. And after that, there will be one Terraform project and one manual project. That's it. Total 5 projects will be done. First project from Jenkins, second from Ansible, third one from Docker, fourth one from Terraform, fifth one from manual project. Okay, fifth one is what, sir? Setting the LAMP stack from the scratch. That's it. So it will take roughly 10 working days from now to complete the course. How many working days? That means you can expect the course to be completed exactly the month end. Why? Because you'll be coming back on 18th. So 18th, you will be having the next session. Okay. From 18th, like you can get almost a month end simply. Why? Because you'll be having Pongal holidays, right? Today is what's the date? 10. So 11, 12, will be having the classes. From 13, you can get holidays. 13, 14, 15, I think so. Let, 1 second, let me confirm the rates actually. Even I'm not sure about it, but I'm just roughly estimating. Okay. Sorry, for schools and education, but we are professionals, right? Okay. Okay, then if you are having any doubts or queries, you can ask, sir. Varsha, definitely we gonna give you the placement support for freshers only, not for experienced people. Why? Because for experience, nobody is gonna give the placement assistance. But if you're a fresher, definitely like Narashet is gonna help you. Okay, I'll tell you the process how to do it from Narashet. CLA notes not uploaded. Huh? Sure. Give me 1 second. Agile already, Rahman, like Agile is already explained on the demo session. Okay, Agile means it's a methodology. Before DevOps, we use that one, so it's already covered on demo sessions. I think so. VPC already uploaded like Venkatesh. You can see here VPC, vpc.docs. Okay, online still any queries and offline you too. Any doubts or any queries? Yeah. Proofs. Okay, want to read the blog, sir? Definitely, I'll suggest official documentation. Why? Because official documentation will give you more information than any other blog. But it is difficult to understand the official documentation. I'll suggest Medium. Use the application Medium. You know Medium? Just try to use a Medium application. Like you can get very good blogs actually. You can read it. Okay. Okay then. So fine. Thanks for joining today's session. So let's meet on tomorrow's class. Have a great day. Bye all.